you'll see me trying to cater to the ref side while also letting you talk about your ref accomplishments. But I do want to start with your football play, if that's cool with you, because you did play, you did lace them up at one point, right?
I did, absolutely.
Okay.
I played tackle and flag.
Okay. Okay. Well, yeah, we'll jump into it. That's cool with you.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Yeah, once again, from the great minds of nine, talking about it's 4 for 10. I call you ref, but how do you introduce yourself?
My name is Desiree Abrams, affectionately known as Des. Please call me Des. Based out of the DMV area, currently living in Washington, D.C., raised in Northern Virginia.
Okay, okay. Where you from? What's your squad? What's on the back of your jersey?
Oh, snap, man. Right now, man, so I'm representing the DC Divas. I'm representing the Atlanta Explosion, repping the DC Bad Girls, and always zebra stripe life right now on the back of the jersey, for sure. No number needed.
What sports you played growing up?
First sport was swimming and then tennis. My father was adamant about that's when like Venus and Serena started doing their thing. Like, we gonna do the same thing. I was like, I don't know, we gonna do that, Dad. Like, I prefer team sports. So a little bit of rugby. That's what really got me into tackle eventually. Because rugby, you don't have no pads. And I'm like, I love my body. I need some protection. Um, Basketball, played high school and college, walked onto the team in college. And whatever else is out there, man, just for fun. Tried wrestling. Ooh, that's tough. And a little bit of martial arts.
Okay, okay. What school you go to? School you play for?
So I played for Florida A&M
Okay,
University,
okay, family.
FAMU,
Okay,
Rattlers. Those are-
okay. I hear you. All right, HBCU. All right. Who put you on the flag? Who brought you out?
So the first time I saw it was at FAMU,
Hmm.
passing by the intramural fields. I was on my way to basketball practice. I saw all these people running around, tossing the football. I was like, okay, cool. I was like, oh, it's an all girls team. And I was like, oh, they got these things around their hips and people are trying to pull them. Like, what's this? I'm like, oh, okay, okay, flag football. Turns out the name of the group was called Simply Marvelous, and they're still in existence today on FAMU's campus. Like they have a nice tradition of flag football playing thanks to Marvin Green, who I just saw at FAMU a few weeks ago, man. He's like the pioneer for that group, and they just brought me in, had a great time, learned a lot about it. And then once I got back to DC, that whole tackle and flag world kind of intermingles for women's sports. So yeah, I jumped on with the DC Bad Girls because that's what the DC Divas were doing as far as flag football was concerned.
Okay, okay. We'll get into the 10 question. Your favorite format to play?
Favorite format? Man, I love Contact Eights. Contact Eight. So that Eli League that's up in Deanwood, love that. It allows me to do like my lineman stuff, get a little bit of aggression out, but still it's flag. You can't take everybody to the ground.
All right, favorite format to ref?
Oh, fives, IFAF, Olympic. No drama, just play. Nobody fighting, nobody really arguing for real. We got to move on in the game, and it's so fast, and you really can't touch anybody. So it
Hmm.
makes it easy to ref. All you got to do is find your angles.
Okay, okay. As a ref, which format really shows who the best players are?
Oh man, that's a great question. I think all of the formats, because it's so pass heavy, will definitely highlight all the skill sets of the receivers, right? So what you was playing fives on Monday, and check this out, y'all. Mo was showing off on Monday night because he knew I was gonna be on this podcast. He's like, oh, there's gonna be on here. So let me show out a little bit. Like I think he had like the first two touchdowns. He was running out there. Guys were like, damn, Mo, you look like you 20 years old again. He was showing out, y'all. I was like, he don't be on here talking about him. So it's like it's those skill sets, man. It's just if you got a little bit of speed, you're a receiver, and now you learn how to move your hips. I think all of the flag styles can highlight that because you can't use brute strength,
Hmm.
right? And running gets you only but so far. But yeah, if you can do one-on-one in that open space, all those skill players are really, really highlighted.
Okay, okay. Ideally, what position do you want to play when you pull up?
Oh man, for flag, if it's non-contact, definitely like slot or wide out, just because like I'm gonna use my height as far as like playing women's, absolutely gonna use my height Gonna try to use my body position. If we're playing contact flag, I'm on the defensive line all day.
Mm,
Same way I was in tackle,
okay.
coming downhill.
All right. As a ref, besides the pay difference, which ref position do you prefer to be at?
So my bread and butter is line of scrimmage. I work that whether that's tackle or flag. It keeps me engaged. You hear and see the most of what's going on. You get to watch the line, a little bit of the quarterback, a little bit of what's happening deep. You got the coaches behind those players, keeping you busy. Uh, I think every good official, if they're working the line of scrimmage after a game, is exhausted
Mm,
because they work so hard at focusing for 140 plays, to 90 to 140 plays plus game management on their sideline, keeping the coaches informed and appeased or whatever else, plus communicating with your crew. Lately, though, for flag, it's been majority referee, and that taps into my type A personality in that position, and I get to conduct. So if we ain't doing right on the field, you're gonna hear it through the O2O, and we're gonna make sure it's right.
okay. Okay. I like that. I like that. Now, I know you from refereeing my flag football games. Then one day I look up and you're on TV. Let us let us know what you do and maybe the levels you've ref before and currently ref.
All right, so started working youth, like most people, right? Started locally. Definitely give credit to FXA for the many, many days that they have a flag football. What you can work flag 6 days a week for FXA, right? Um, you just have so many snaps. And that helps just get you better and better and better because whether it's tackle or flag, a false start is a false start, a catch is a catch, all of those things transfer.
Mm,
So working in that flag atmosphere with FXA helped me move into high school, helped me move into college a year or so later, helped kind of propel me into some of the playoff kind of atmosphere. And then flag football came about when I was asked to be a global flag ambassador, an NFL flag ambassador, with this group of women who was starting females in flag with NFL flag. And just working the majority of their events, I found that the stuff that they teach you in tackle for high school and college kind of refines you a bit more than some of the amateur sports officials. Not to say they don't work hard, because they do. I'm out there with them. We there from sun up to sundown for those 4-day tournaments, right? We
mm,
all work our tails off. But there's a kind of refinement that they're looking for when they want to see you in production, and I think that just doing multiples of those helped. And, you build a brand because you are that as an official, and people start to trust you and just put you into those positions to start working events like that, like the Fanatics one that you got in the background,
mhm.
like Pro Bowl, like all that stuff. But it takes time, it takes years of, just working and being available.
Okay. Okay. Like you said, flag football ambassador, rules editor, NFL replay official, correct?
Correct, correct.
Explain some of these titles to me, please.
All right, so flag ambassador started with NFL flag. So my charge was to introduce communities and with a special attention on female athletes, trying to get them into NFL flag leagues, to play flag football, for it to be integrated into high schools, which I think we're at like 24 states now
Mm,
that has high school sports, and eventually into college. The global flag ambassador, that's based off of IFAF, and that's in connection with the NFL. And you'll see, you know, people like Justin Jefferson, like the Mannings, like all those are flag ambassadors, Phoebe Schechter, all those people who are charged with spreading flag football across the globe as far as a potential for anybody to play. So I'm the only official who's in that group of all these all-stars. So my
okay.
job is to try to get officials interested into to working. Um, Rules editor. So I've edited a number of youth flag football rule books. I always serve as an advisor, kind of like an interpreter of what's happening with the rule sets. Recently, I got the chance to work with RCX and the NCAA in drafting the first NCAA
Hmm,
rule book for
wow.
women's flag football. So NAIA has had theirs, and I was on that committee as well in its first inception in 2020.
Hmm,
But that was specifically for NAIA and JUCO. now a rule book intended for NCAA institutions, which mimics their NCAA rule book format that you'll see in any sport, basketball, soccer, football. They have the same kind of layout. I worked with a group on that and served as one of the lead editors for that. That was released this year. Super exciting. An NFL replay, man, I can't even tell you how I got there. Stroke of luck. Um, 2020 season, when COVID hit, I was doing this special project where we'd go up to New York and sit in the AMGC and assist crews, so the replay official and the crews on the field with administrative stuff. When COVID hit, they were like, hey, we need people locally at all of the different stadiums. So I got to do Washington and apparently didn't F it up too bad. I'm sure we can curse on this show,
Yes, you
but
can
F
definitely.
it up too bad. So the following season, they asked me to come back, and this is like a full-time seasonal replay assistant. So I help the replay official. I am their assistant when it comes to stopping the game, looking for administrative errors on clock, on spots, on hashes, counting the offense, counting the defense, basically making sure the crew, who is very good at what they do, very good at what they do, making sure that we just keep all that background stuff in check so we can keep the entertainment going.
Okay, okay. I like that. All right. What's the highest level or biggest stage you've officiated on?
I think the two that equates most recently would be the World Games in China
Mm,
last August. That's for all of IFAF. So that was the preliminary as to what you're going to see in the Olympics in 28. And definitely most recently, the NFL Pro Bowl as referee and this Fanatics Flag Football Classic band, which was so much fun just to see all those pros versus Team USA. That it was crazy just how dominant Team USA was in
So
that
I
expression
want to
match.
park it right there since we're here.
Yeah,
Did
yeah,
you expect it to go just like that? From seeing flag and seeing how flag football players play, and knowing how NFL players are built and
yeah,
how they are just basically they're tackle players.
yeah.
Did you see it going like that?
A little bit. But I mean, I've watched the Team USA men's play all over the world, right?
Hmm.
I know their skill set. It's a reason why their body type is the way that it is compared to some of these tackle guys that are huge.
Hmm.
Both of them are athletes in their own right, right? Absolutely. I don't know if these Team USA guys would necessarily want to do tackle compared to the size of these NFL dudes. The NFL guys could absolutely be fantastic at flag. They just have to adjust to the skill sets that are required for it, right? So you coming in off the street, not off the street, but off of your pro atmosphere
Hmm.
with tackle, with brute strength, with relying on you tackling and taking down people versus breaking down and pulling a flag without contact, thinking you can do that just within a couple of days. Nah, I don't think it's going to go that way for you. But I think they put up a good show. I think Brady did really, really well, right? Saquon Barkley was into it. He was trying to figure out how to get stuff done. And when you watch the replays on YouTube, you'll see he switches in between his tackle mindset and
Hmm.
maybe kind of going through some folks where we got to be like, hey man, dial it back and figuring out, okay, if I do this hip move, if I do this here, he started to figure it out as well. So he would switch back and forth. I think he'd be really, really good again if that's your focus for at least part of the year.
Hmm. Yeah, like I definitely saw it going like that, and I was glad. I was glad novice or people that's new to the sport were able to see that it's a big difference, and it's
Yeah.
a reason why Hoosh not to I mean, harp on this convo, but it's a reason why Hoosh was talking the way he was talking, because it kind of got to a disrespectful point where it's like, yo, we're not disrespecting the pros, we're just saying
Nah,
we're kind of pros at what we do, so just let
hands
us.
down.
Yeah,
Hands down.
that's all it really is. But I
Yeah.
will admit I do wish they would have picked some of the NFL younger players that kind of grew up with flag. Because
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
can even see with Jaden, he could move. Like he
Yeah,
understood how to
so
play
so
flag.
Jaden has done it.
Hmm.
What is it? Deshaun Robinson.
Okay.
He's done it as well. He grew up playing flag, so like they kind of got it. And those are the guys that you saw were kind of quiet. Like they didn't
Hmm.
complain about the calls. Like they just kind of moved on because they know like this is
Yeah.
just what it is.
Okay, okay. Back
Yeah, yeah,
back to
man.
you.
It'll be it'll
uh,
be it'll be interesting to see what that looks like because you saw RG3
mhm,
made that first cut of Team USA. So going into training camp, he's got to make the next cut.
mhm.
So we'll see what yeah, we'll see what that looks like.
And that's kind of that superior football skill that we're talking about. Like if you put in the work, you probably can do it because you're an awesome football player at the end of the day. You be
Right.
in, we put a little bit of time into this flag football part, you probably would get there pretty quick.
For
But
sure.
yeah, like I said, back to you. Uh, what location or event or position is still in your bucket list?
Ooh. Uh, on my bucket list. Jeez. I would love to work at the highest level of football on the field eventually. Whatever that's going to look like, whether that's in the tackle realm or in the flag realm, because that's coming up as well.
Mhm.
Whatever that looks like, I want to be able to be there and say that I was a part of it.
Okay.
So I don't know what that looks like in the future and which one it'll be, but so far, man, I've had an amazing experience. So it'll be hard to top it. I'll say that. I'll say that
Yeah,
right now,
I can
man.
admit I'm enjoying learning about this journey that you're on. Like you're really accomplishing a lot of stuff, and I'm salute
Yeah,
to you
man.
on that.
And having a great time,
Mhm.
right? So like I get to work a game, like these places that I go, right? Just like the people who play it, like we're playing a game
Mhm.
and at this highest level. Like that stuff is crazy to me. Like there are worse things you could be doing, right? So not bad at all.
Yeah.
Just real quick to go back on the Hoosh thing. This is the second time he's done that, right?
What's that?
So the first time was against in the AFFL championship where he actually played against Michael Vick.
Oh wow.
So
Okay.
when Mike Vick decided to do the AFL stuff where they had the pros versus the average Joes, Hoosh and his team beat Michael Vick's team, the pros, same kind of way.
Mm.
So this is a two-peat for Hoosh. For real. It's like it's not new. It's just now because flag is on, a more scale that's being magnified, right? Because of that push from the NFL. People act like this is the first time. It ain't the first time it's happened.
Mm.
People just forget about the AFFL stuff, which again, you can still find
If
on
this episode
YouTube to
got
see
you
what I'm
locked
talking
in,
about.
make sure you go check out our Talm Bout Rap drop from the Culture series. Here's a taste and links in the description. Now, Talm Bout.
You know what the crazy thing I was thinking about something like this the other day, and it's the crazy thing is backward pass, right? It's not that they misunderstand it; they misunderstand the momentum of the ball while they're moving so quickly, and the pass from where you release it at to where the next person catch it needs to be even or backwards. But people think just because they pass it backwards and they continue moving forward that the ball momentum ain't still going forward because of them. So it's I think that gets tricky.
Me
so
laughing
and
was
people
the
don't
real. Me laughing was the realization of that's exactly what happened. Though. You throw it back like I threw it back. It's like, bro, the nigga quit at 5 yards from where y'all started at, though, dog. It's like,
Yes, exactly. So it's a backward pass. It's a lot more difficult than people give it credit when you're moving full speed.
you have tournaments, correct?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
okay. This question was actually submitted by another ref. What's the hardest part about referee tournaments besides the sheer amount of games and hours? What's the hardest part about referee tournaments?
Man, I'd say the twofold is keeping your body together, like your body, like completely physical and mental ability to focus
Mm,
all game and keeping your temperament low. So we're there at 7:30, 8 a.m., depending on when the first game is, like an hour before everything starts, for sure. Plus, you're usually working the entire day. So if the tournament starts at 8 a.m., you're there at 7. And because things get behind from injury, from overtimes, or whatever it is, you may be there until 10 p.m. at night
mm.
with maybe one break. And I know TJ was on your other ref session where he was talking about it. Like you're exhausted, man. Like you just worked 25 games that day, right? If you're doing like a 5-on-5 style, if you're doing the eights or sevens, that's an hour each. You just worked a 12 to 14 hour day. now you got to try to get home, get some sleep, recover, and do it all over again for maybe another 2 days, bruh. Like players are just like, oh man, this is my fourth game. I'm like, this is my 27th, sir. Like I understand the kind of exertion may be different, but we also have to mentally focus, stay sharp on our rule sets, communicate with each other, and be cool with y'all.
Mm.
Like y'all probably noticed by 8 p.m., y'all come up complaining to us like we just don't even hear you anymore. Like enough. I've been dealing with personalities all day. Some of y'all have been terrible. Some of y'all like know what you're doing. Y'all are great. Like you know how to play. But like some of y'all just be like, I don't know how to explain like how wrong you are and how bad you are without insulting you. So I'm trying, man. I'm trying. For
How do
sure.
you deal with attitudes though?
I try to do it with a sense of humor. You know, like there's no reason for us to match negative energy, right?
Mm.
Like there's always a moment on the field where I think throughout a tournament that there have been officials who have like had enough, right? Like everybody reaches their point. But in general, if you don't understand what's going on, I'm going to try to explain it to you and as to why. And hopefully you want to listen. If you don't want to listen, that's fine. We still got to move on in the game, man. So I'll try. I'll use humor. I'll definitely make sure that we have a mutual understanding and respect. And then I just got to move on for whatever it is. But most people, it's positive vibes, man. Like if you're here to play, we're here to win. I understand your passion and understand that I'm there to try to work for you. I'm not there to not work for you. You dig? Like, there's only two of us, and 80 or 10 or y'all. So, like, I'm trying to give you my everything, babe. Just know I can't see what you expect us to see on Saturdays and Sundays. So, if you can work with us in that space, I think it'll be a good day.
Okay. How different is it mentally to switch from tackle to flag?
You know, both of them, you have to hold your whistle,
Mm.
right? So, yeah, there are certain things like in tackle, the ball can hit the ground and it's still live and we still playing, right? That's a moment where I gotta hold my whistle because in flag, I blow the play dead. So I gotta stop and think about it for that second. Hey, here's where I am. Conversely, for flag, if somebody pulls or makes a flag pull attempt, but they don't get it, or like a receiver's running, I think it happened in y'all's game where somebody pulled their own flag while they were
Mm.
running. I gotta hold my whistle then too because the play's also not dead. Yes, I heard a pop, or yes, I saw somebody reach for something and maybe held up a flag, but it's not theirs yet. The worst thing that an official can do, besides lose it down, is have an inadvertent whistle,
Mm.
right? So just slow everything down on both sides. If it's a fumble, it's going to be a fumble. If it's an incomplete, it's going to be an incomplete. If it's a flag pull, that spot of the flag pull is not going anywhere. Just chill out, make sure it's the right flag, double check the player to make sure that they are actually missing one, and then blow your whistle.
Okay. Okay. What was your worst inverted whistle moment?
All right, so we got to tell on ourselves. So I was working Baltimore Nighthawks game, probably my second season working college flag. Great thing about women's tackle that happens during the spring, it's the off season for men's tackle, but they still work NCAA rules, so you get some snaps, right? You get practice. Um, I had not one, not two, but three inadvertent whistles in the game. Exactly, your
Mm.
eyebrows raised. Three inadvertent whistles in a game, and they were all on fumble plays
Mm.
where I swear that the person who was on the ground recovered the football, and as soon as I blow the whistle, I see the ball bloop, 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 and I'm just like, by the second one, I was like, okay, okay, you're not focused, dialing. And the third one, I was like comical. I was just like, I walked up to my umpire, which is like, just take my whistle. I'm not gonna blow it for the rest of this half because I'm off. I definitely got chewed out by my supervisor
Mm.
as we have you usually have evaluators there, like more senior collegiate officials that are there watching you, helping you with your development. And yeah, he re-let me know that I was not focused. I knew that, obviously, but he let me have it. So
Okay.
the team was actually kind of cool about it. Ultimately, they ended up getting the ball back each time. It
Each
didn't
time.
negatively affect it, but still just the fact that that happened. Ugh, ugh.
All right. What's the hardest part about flag that nobody prepares you for? I guess as a player and a ref.
Man. So, like, do you remember your first time playing flag. Like, you play tackle?
Nope.
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 Oh, and like you don't have any of those bad habits from back there. So first time you play flag, you really think that you can hit folks, right? Like you think that you can do the same things that you can do in tackle. You just happen to also be pulling a flag. Getting used to that non-contact thing and running appropriately, right, with your arms out and up so you don't block the flag. Like what an adjustment. What an adjustment. Like it can be frustrating for folks that already have that tackle predecessor kind of mindset. Certainly an adjustment and how fast it is. I mean, you're a go, 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 especially in those 5-on-5 games, right? We got 12-minute halves with a 1-minute break. You over there, like breathing hard, right? It's a workout. That adjustment, I think, is crazy. As an official, same kind of thing. That speed, the pause, how quickly you need to get into position, and how you need to game manage not this game, but the next six that you have. Whereas tackle, it's maybe like a constant stream. You get breaks in between. We got a 40-second play clock. People are hanging out doing subs. We got TV breaks. We got blah, da, 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 da. Flag, we're just going, 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 going. And into the next game. Making sure you can keep the score because it's not visible anywhere. Making sure you don't forget to stop the time at 2 minutes. You'd be like, oh, shoot, there's only 15 seconds left, and I haven't told them. Oh. Shoot, 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 shoot. I think that flag football is actually one of the best instructors for officials for game management because there's only you and maybe one other person, sometimes two other people, like up to four. You don't really normally get more than four in flag football. You all have to do a lot as far as game management and communication with each other. It definitely makes you a better official.
Do you prefer it when it's just two, or do you like it when it's four of y'all out there? I guess that.
Oh no, four is definitely better because there's less everything to watch, Like when there's just two of us, we essentially have to split the field, and I can't help my deep wing partners if I'm the referee. I can't help the people downfield. So it's 5-on-5, right? Or sometimes when we work co-ed with FXA, they're doing 7-on-7. So it's 14 people on the field and only two sets of eyes. And I can't leave the quarterback until they're free of foul, right? So that means my partner has 12 people that they have to watch, right? I got the quarterback and whoever the rusher is. So that's two. They have 12 people that they can watch. Have you ever been able to watch 12 people at once? Because you imagine like trying to do that and then people yelling at you like, how didn't you see that, ref? I'm like, because there's so much to possibly watch. I can't help my partner until that quarterback's free of foul, and then I can look up and kind of get them. So there are definitely blind spots, man. When you have four, now I can watch the quarterback only, not have to worry about looking downfield ever. They tell me the information when the play is done. We got somebody at the line of scrimmage who can watch that line of scrimmage to 5 yards downfield. Plus, they can help in the backfield if I have multiple rushers to help me and blockers. Now we've got two people downfield who can split and watch everything else going on downfield. So they can watch the tug on the receiver. They can watch if they step out of bounds and throw their hat. When the ball's in the air, now we have at least 3 sets of eyes going to that possible pass interference or whatever it is. Much, much easier with more people, less ultimate responsibility per person.
Okay. Yeah, I know it seems like common sense to have more people, but I know sometimes you might end up with I guess as players, we don't understand stepping on somebody's toes that y'all go through.
Yeah.
Like we don't understand why you didn't call that, and you always say that's not my call, and it's like we just play. I don't think I would ever, even though I understand it, I don't think I would ever understand it. Like
For sure. For sure. Yeah, because you're like, if you see it, why the heck can you call it, right?
is it a
Absolutely.
disrespect thing? Is it a rules thing? Is it?
So I'm gonna just, and maybe this isn't a popular opinion, but I am of the opinion that for flag, that does not exist. It is not my call thing does not exist for us. In tackle, because you have so many people, like what you have tackle, you have 7 or 8 officials, depending on where you are on the field, like high school versus college. You can have up to 8 people, right? If you're a short wing or you're an umpire, you're not gonna throw a pass interference call 30, 40 yards down the field. You got 3 other people covering that. That's why you leave that alone. Because even if it is a pass interference call and everybody saw it, if you throw it, your supervisor is going to be like, why are you watching that when you still got people on the line? Why are you throwing that? And although it's a right call, now you got all of those people a downgrade. And each downgrade they get, now they possibly can't make it to playoffs. They're going to get downgraded anyway because they missed that call when the film's evaluated. But for flag, we don't have that same luxury. So we don't have replay if we're out there on the field with FXA, right? When it's just two of us, we absolutely have to get it. If I see that Ray Charles could see that that was a pass interference call, like you just push him completely out the way and you standing there, I'm going to throw it whether I'm 50 yards downfield or not. Now I'm going to throw it and then go talk to my partner, tell them what I saw and be like, what did you see on this? And usually they're like, yeah, I was thinking, or like, no, I would look the way or whatever it is. Usually there's an absolute. So unless they come up to me and say, no, absolutely, it was not, then cool, we can always pick it up. That's what I love about football compared to like any other sport where they call a foul. I can always pick it up.
Yeah.
At least we're gonna have a conversation about this thing that looked totally egregious and everybody's flipping out about. Let's at least talk about it, put the pieces together, and then cool if we don't have it, wave it off. But if we do have it, I'm about to be a crew saver right now. That fishing in somebody else's pond concept is antiquated. It doesn't have anything to do with us in flag.
I agree.
No, for sure. For sure. Like as a referee, there'll be some things that I think I see, especially in four-person mechanics. I'm like, that wasn't pass interference. But you'll talk to the other three that were deep and actually watching it, and they were like, no, and here's why. And I'm like, okay, cool. I'm gonna trust y'all because y'all are in that coverage area. I'm not. I'm also however many yards away, and depending on what angle you're looking at, it can look one way but be something completely different. Again, that's why we all got to work together.
What is the hardest call in flag?
Man, as a referee, it's that sack versus not sack. To me, it's the sack versus not sack. That split second between when that ball is about to be released and that flag comes out the socket, particularly the pop flags that where you hear it versus like the triple threat ones where the flag breaks. Man, it can be so close sometimes. Where you're just like, ooh, that might have been a sack. But if as long as you stay consistent on it, then that's what it is. That's what it's going to be. And some of these rushers work absolutely hard, like they're almost there. But my philosophy is that let's say if it was tackle, even if you were thrown and got hit, the ball's still going to go forward and be out. So I'm not going to rule a sack unless it's absolutely the ball is in their hand. You clearly pulled it before they released that football. And I found that's been most successful for me because you try to do it any other way, somebody replays that on tape, you're going to miss it about 50% of the time.
You got people bringing you up replays on the sidelines? People showing you their phone?
Yeah, sorry, can't do that, guys. Like, we can talk about it after the game, but while in the game, it's actually an unsportsmanlike conduct for you to try to show us film. We can't watch it. Sorry, man.
I'm hip. I
You
like
may
that
be right.
commentary.
I believe you. I don't know what to say. I can't watch it. Sorry.
Players fuck up.
I know. Yeah, no, for sure. We all mess up, man.
Yeah.
Again, it's a part of the entertainment factor. You wouldn't come out here and do it if you were perfect every day or if you were guaranteed to win. It wouldn't be fun.
That's true. That's a beautiful logic. All right. How do you stay sharp when the game starts to feel repetitive?
Like some of them casual games where it's like 52 to 0. Like, oh man. One of my mentors always would say, like, just dive into your pre-snap routine. So your pre-snap routine consists of what's the status of the clock? Is it running or is it stopped? Count your players on the field, know what down it is, and know what the distance is. So you kind of start to anticipate, hey, are they gonna need a pass? So if it's 3rd and 25, we're probably gonna pass the ball, right? Like we're not gonna do a run play. It's a lower percentage chance. So just think of where the ball could possibly go and then just dive in from there. So most officials have a pre-snap routine. Those things that I mentioned, they do it every single play. If you focus on that, the game goes faster and you find yourself not drifting. If it is another one of those kind of games, now you also jump in and kind of game manage because hopefully that team that's whooping the snot at the other team is being respectful. But if you have some of those teams who now like want to dig into the wound and like talk trash and stuff, now I got to protect this other team. So I'm gonna get in there, have fun, make jokes, ask them about their families, do whatever to keep it off their mind that they're getting their butt whoops, and like let's just all be calm about it, right? No need to mess with somebody's manhood about it just because you beat them in this one game today. That's not what it's about.
My random question: what do you enjoy more, the competition? Well, I guess seeing the competition level at the elite level, or I guess just the camaraderie and the fun that you can witness down at the casual level.
Yeah, man. For me, it's a little bit of both. Certainly at the casual level, like that's grassroots, right? You get to hear and see about what's going on in the community, what's going on with those individuals. So when you see them at tournaments, you're more connected. You get to hear more about some of the tournaments that go on, and it's just that's where you get your tea, right? That's where you get your gossip, all at this level. So from East Coast all the way to West Coast, you'll find somebody who's been involved in some kind of tournament or is going to a new one, is now going to Mexico,
Mhm.
going to Panama, whatever it is. That's the hang out with your community kind of time. I really, really enjoy that. That's where I think I have the most like kind of relaxed fun. But then, yeah, the elite level, watching that talent, like women's college now looks crazy, uh, particularly the NAI because they've already been playing for 5 years. And then now these international tournaments, just some of the plays that they come up with, their moves, the one-handed catch. I mean, it's amazing to watch. I feel like I got the best seat in the house for it, for real, for
Mhm.
real. But you have to try to not be a fan as an official too, right? I'm so happy that the cameras don't really follow us, like they don't pay no attention to us because you would see some faces sometimes like, when I can't do that, right? I gotta be like, that was good. That was, that was a good one. Like there's
Which format
one
do you,
that
my man? What format do you struggle with that the most?
so the youth championships, because they're you're already hyped for them and their moment, kind of living their dreams and just supporting the youth and what they do in general. To see them make some amazing plays, you want to jump up and celebrate with them.
Mm.
Say for example, what's dude's name? I forget, Bryson something, where he played the NFL flag championships this past summer, right? 16U on a team from Florida, was representing the Jacksonville Jaguars, and it's on Barstool Sports on IG. And so he catches this pass, like he does this digital, like interesting, like post corner route, comes across the field, gets hit by one guy. So I'm thinking, okay, I should throw a flag for illegal contact there, goes in between two guys, gets hits again, and then comes and cuffs a ball with his two fingers like this, cuffs it, locks it into his forearm, rolls over, and stands up like this. And I just want to go like chest bump, like I want to celebrate with you. Like that was amazing. Probably the best catch I've ever seen in
Mm.
person. But again, I just gotta be chill. So like you'll see on the clip, I stand and turn and do this, but I'm like, yes, sir. Yes, young man, yes, sir. You know? Because obviously as officials, we love the game too, right? That's why we're there. We would not put ourselves through all of the yelling and criticism and stuff if we didn't also love the game.
I'm here. I'm here. All right. Favorite pair of cleats and jersey. You have any?
Oh, when's the last time I had a jersey, man? Favorite player cleats used to be my Under Armour. Man, you gonna get me wrong with this. I can't even remember the model, but they were all gold, Under Armour patch on it, kind of like gold with a glittery feel,
Mm.
went all the way up to your calf. I'm sure some Omegas have probably used these on the field before, man. They were just so pretty. And they matched with the DC Divas uniform. They were
Okay.
my favorite, hands down. And they were comfortable on the feet. Like,
Mm.
like sometimes you'll get some cleats, but they may look good, but man, they hurt your feet. That ain't it. And jersey, probably my high school jersey, Lake Braddock, uh, gold and purple, number 30, Lake Braddock, championship, almost state champs jersey. That's the one.
Okay. Okay. Curious, what's your favorite pair of black on black? ref kicks.
Black on black ref kits?
Mm-hmm. What you wear on the regular?
So recently I've been trying Brooks. They're a little wide. Um, but those Nike Trail shoes, they got some bounce in them.
Okay.
They real nice, real streamlined, real light. Yeah, I dig them. I dig them.
Okay. Okay. You still play?
Nah, man.
Okay.
I
Okay.
miss it every day on both sides, right? Definitely miss the tackle. Always miss the flag. And as much as, we relay in footballs, I'm like, I still got hands. I can play. But if I play and get hurt, I can't work the event.
I know
So
that's right.
I had to choose,
Okay. Okay. Well, all right, one more snap. Where you lining up at? What route you running? Who throwing you the ball? 4th and 10.
Shoot, man. Can I switch it up and say I'm actually going after the QB? Like put me on defense, son, all
Okay,
day.
so who you want
Yeah,
to chase
yeah.
down? Who in trouble? Who is who?
Put me on defense all day. Let me play the edge. Let me do a quick. And so back in the day, admittedly, I did club. I absolutely kicked the hands down and club to the head. Just watching some of my heroes from back in the day, man. And if the refs aren't watching, you can get away with it real quick. So at least a quick jerk and club, get right past him. And man, if I can get to that quarterback, that's gonna be all day. A quick tackle and a post just behind him, and then get on and celebrate with my crew, man. That's gonna be the best. If I'm on their blind side, oh, that's gonna be a strip and a six all day.
Okay, okay.
All day.
Well, yeah, that's 4th and 10. I definitely enjoyed this convo. Definitely did.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate the invite, bro. I got to brag on your skill set a little bit too, man.
Oh,
I love
definitely.
watching you play out there. It's not often, but yeah, that was some good stuff. Look
Yeah, I
forward
ain't
to
gonna hold
seeing
you.
you
I
out
was
there again.
surprised. I was surprised to see you back out there. Like I said, I done seen you on TV, and I still see y'all here. What's the motivation to keep coming out here with us? Like you said, I guess just to keep you sharp.
I mean, yeah, that you get some snaps to stay sharp, but also like I love it.
Mm.
So nobody's above anybody else. We all just players in the game or servants of the game. So it's nothing, man. I love being around y'all.
It's funny because my saying usually is like when people get too mad at somebody they drop the pass. I'm like, yo, we all play before 1 o'clock. I don't understand why y'all.
For sure. For sure, man. I definitely always want to keep a pulse on the community. And again, like I said, FXA has been extremely supportive. So I want to support them as much as I possibly can for as long as I can.
Okay. Well, again, like I said, I appreciate it. Until next time.
All right, man. Peace.
All right. Appreciate you.
For sure. Just like March Madness, single elimination, and championship is on Sunday.
Okay. Okay. You said this is the first year, so you see it getting bigger and bigger and getting to 64, or
Oh gosh, yes, man. That's the entire goal of the NCAA. They named it as an emerging sport in January, right? So in order for it to become a varsity sport, all the conferences that are participating have to have a certain number of games per season and a certain number of teams per conference. And then they'll be like, yeah, okay, we're a varsity sport and we'll have a championships by 2028 is what they want.
oh wow. Okay, so everything's lining up with the Olympics. It seems like.
Yeah, no, for sure. They gonna take advantage of that momentum for sure, for
Smart,
sure.
smart. That's what's up.
But yeah, I'm one of the assigners for that conference, so I'm really excited. It's a moment in history. I'll also be heading over to Arizona for the Fiesta Bowl because Fiesta Bowl decided to do a championship as well for women's flag. So that's the first
Okay.
in history as well. So just things popping up all over the place in the world of flag, man.
Just like you guys are playing for, 2, 3, 4 formats, some more. Most of us referees are out on the field from 8 a.m. because we have 8 a.m. meetings every day. Games start at 9, and a lot of us are out there till 10 or 11 o'clock at night. Two breaks. You get a lunch break, dinner break, and then there's probably a built-in break or two somewhere in there. So we're on our feet reffing these games for every bit of 12 to 14 hours a day. You got to think a lot of the times we will mess up because it's not like a lot of people compare it to the pros, but the pros even miss stuff. But the pros also have 6 other referees on the field. So there's 7-man crew. They also have the booth.
I was just thinking about that when you was talking about the fact that
slow
the
it
camera
down.
comes out. Y'all don't have Secaucus. Okay. When it comes to reffing, do y'all have the freedom like players to pick your numbers?
So, you know, at the lower level, so say like youth all the way to college, we don't even have numbers,
Okay. Okay.
right? So the only place where you see numbers now is like NFL and maybe I think the UFL has it, but otherwise, nah, nah, you don't get to pick your numbers, man. They give it to you. I'm sure there's a little bit of bartering that goes on, you know.
Okay.
If there's
Okay.
somebody that had your number that you really admired and they retired, you can see if you can try to pick it up.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, once again from the great minds of now talking about flag. Off-season series keeps rolling on, and this week we talking about the refs, the calls you hate, the ones you beg for, and everything in between. We're talking about the pressure, respect, rule knowledge, and what it's really like reffing grown folks on Sundays. Let's get to it though. Welcome back to Talm Bout. If you ain't tapped in yet, now's the time. Mondays, we got Sunday morning recaps. Wednesdays, 4th&10s, with the people you know and the ones you should. Saturdays, me and the homie 3, we talking about rap. So all week, every week, we got y'all. Subscribe, hit the bell, and tap in. Now talking about.
It's dope that you get to be part of a lot of these first also though.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm obsessed with it. I don't know what else to say. Like, I'm only in it because I got too much time on my hands, bro.
Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. You have any idea how these go?
Yeah, just from watching the clips that I've seen online, it just seems like a chill, casual conversation, man.
That's what's up. That's what's